Well, hello there. I'm Albert Pavlinak. I am the director slash producer of films that you might have seen. Silent Mills, Silent Hartmans, Hoss Cops 2. Yeah, those are just some of them, though. Well, besides there being assignments in class, I wanted to make movies because I like telling a story.
Okay.
And for me, stories for film give you, what should I say, a window to look through into another world type of deal. Since I've been a little kid, from then till now, I've always been fascinated with movies, and I've always been fascinated with the characters in the movies, how they thought, wondered what happened to them after the movies, what happened to them before the movies, stuff like that. I've thought about this. I like Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
He is a fantastic director. His tracking shot, if you've ever seen Goodfellas, and if you haven't seen Goodfellas, basically one shot just sticks in my mind, like from any movie, is when they're outside of a nightclub and the main character takes his date, goes through the alley, through the kitchens, through the lobby, and to the seat of their nightclub, all in one shot. They just go through right behind the characters, and it's amazing because it was one single take having to do with all different lighting, very bright and very dark lights, and it just stuck with me from then. I always have thought since then, I thought I want to do something like that, or like that looks really cool, it'd be cool to do something like that. And I never really tried to go out there and do movie making stuff until last year. Well, I thought art media class would be cool when I saw it on the what's it called?
Class sign up.
Yeah, the class sign up sheet, yes. I saw that, I'm like, okay, this looks cool or whatever. And then that's when I really got involved with Alex, you, Sean Stemsrud, and Brianna Schurz, and Austin Schulke was also in there, part of BSN. But all of us flowing together, I wanted to do the Bulldog Sports Network, but redo it into Bulldog School Network. I've really wanted to do that. And so I thought to myself, that'd be cool if we did a newscast, which then turned me into, I like all this video work. I love editing. I love directing too. So I wanted to dabble a little bit more into actual movies. And so when we first did our technically first movie, Silent Hartmans, I thought to myself, this can be something. And then it went from there. It turned into this giant franchise. Not really, but it's pretty huge to me.
So you have 2 movie series going on right now, is that correct?
Yes. It's the Silent Trilogy that I'll be doing, and the Hoss Cops.
Okay, can you explain both of those briefly?
Okay. I'll start out with the Silent Trilogy first, because that was the first one that we've worked on.
Yeah.
Silent Hartmans, I'll do a brief synopsis. Silent Hartmans is at Hartman's Family Foods, the grocery store, one of the grocery stores in Millbank. And basically, I'm stuck in a time loop from this demon named Clark. And I won't spoil the ending or anything, but it doesn't turn out too good for me. Then Silent Mills starts out immediately after Silent Hartmans, basically, and I somehow end up into the Mill Theaters in Millbank. Get terrorized there for a little bit, and then I will be working on The Silent, which is the third and final movie in the Silent Trilogy, and I won't say anything about that one yet.
Okay.
And then Hoss Cops. I've had this idea since last year. I wanted to do it my junior year, but I couldn't at the time. And then when we were starting to do movies again, because I have an 8th period media class too, so I had to do projects in there, I thought to myself, I'm going to bring this back. I know it's probably not going to be a good idea, but it's worth it. And I started on the script that summer, and I was going to work on it, but then I just stopped working on it because I figured it's probably not going to happen. So I finished Hoss Cops, the script, and I thought to myself, this is actually going to work. So it's basically just a bunch of kids being hall monitors thinking they're actual cops. They're not cops. And yeah, they try to save the day. And Hoss Cops 2, which determining whether this whether this interview comes out or not, when I don't know when it will, but it's either out or not out right now. They take a little vacation. I absolutely think that, because most of the time you have to be on the fly. Like, if you want to do it in a certain location and then that location can't be usable anymore. Like, let's say for Hoss Cops 2, there's supposed to be a scene in the gym at the high school, and prom was that week, so we couldn't use the gym, so we changed it to the library. You have to immediately think, because you're using this time to film, you need to get the filming done, because the filming, I think, is the most boring part about movie making, because it just takes so long to do, and it's just a long process. So when stuff like that happens, you have to think on the fly, and I think that's where the creative juices flow more. That's a disgusting analogy, but I'm going to still use that. Or if someone can't be in the movie, I've had that multiple times where, I can't do this period and we need to do that shot this period. I'll just grab someone from either the hallway or from a class where I know I can take them from. Yes, it's my biggest, and it's going to be the longest project too, I feel.
Okay. Do you think that it will be a good close to the series?
I think the ending will be final.
Okay.
It'll be an ending, to say the least. People might say, it's like that was it, and I feel like it's got some good closure. I think I might have to use a different character, as per se. Maybe I want to go back in time more.
Okay.
Or if I wanted to flesh on another character in the series and do a backstory in them. I think the only thing I would do, I wouldn't want to continue on with the future.
Okay.
Because I feel like knowing people in the story that are already in there, I think it'd be more interesting to see their backstories.
Okay.
Because there's a couple of characters, especially in Silent Mills, which I would love to do a backstory on if I could ever, but obviously we might not. But if we ever did, I think that would be a cool thing to do. I will put a trailer up of the movie, so the Silent will be released sometime in 2017. I don't know when. Hopefully by the middle of June. Thank you so much, Alex. Subscribe to The Average Bert. This stool sucks, dude.